Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get today's video session. Here we go. Welcome back on the Panasonic Q. Is it good or bad? Should you buy one or not? That's you to decide. Yeah. So how are you guys doing today? You guys doing good? Just like me, I'm fine. So welcome back on Panasonic Q. There's more things to the Panasonic Q that you have to consider because not everything is good in this system. So Panasonic has done a lot of crazy and stupid things with this system. I will say that. There's never probably been anybody saying that to this system, but this system is ridiculous to buy and it's making you pay a very high price tag. I find that really stupid. If you look at all my previous videos, they were from part 1 to 8. Now this video has got nothing to do with them parts because I told you already from part 8 it was complete. Now this is gonna go, whatever's written on this title, you will know what it is. Okay? Because this is very serious parts now. We're gonna be making 3 parts to this video and I hope you guys will enjoy them to serious matters. Whether this system's worth buying is entirely up to you. As for myself, would I buy this system? In my previous videos, I said I will show you something on this system. But if you keep on reading about it day by day, it gets worse and worse. This system is ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's not worth the purchase. I don't think it is. I think anybody's going to buy this system is going to waste his money. It's a total waste of money. So I've gathered some topics that I want to cover in the Panasonic Q, right? The first part is that is one of the most confusing and it's one of the most stupidest thing I've ever seen in a system. The models. In my previous video, there was only one model, but there's a lot of confusion. It's been said that there's 2 models because there's 2 models to this system. One is the SLGC10S. One is the SLGC10. How does that work? How come there's 2 models? When I previously there's only one model. This is really, really frustrating and confusing. I don't know what is going on. Let's just take this further. If you look at this very carefully, if you look at the box of the Panasonic Q, I don't know why I'm laughing already, because it's making me laugh. The box says the model is SLGC10S. It says that. But when you take the system out of the box, you know what it says on the system? SLGC10. How is that two models? Now explain that. So under one roof, so you got this box saying something else and the system saying something else. What is this stupidity? What is going on? If the main unit or device, what you want to call it, it says SLGC10, why is the box saying SLGC10S? That's ridiculous. So a lot of people got confused saying that there's two models. What was happening with some people? They were looking at the box. The box. They're looking at the box. Sorry, I'm laughing at this. They looked at the box and they go, whoa, God, this is a SLGC10S. And then the other times, people start looking at the games console. It said SLGC10. And they thought there were two models. Because some people thought whatever's written on the box. Example. So if the box says SLGC10S, it must be that model inside the box. But no, it wasn't. Basically, it's just the one model. It's just the one model, which is SLGC10. That's the one. Yeah. That was the confusion from the box to the device. Two different models? How dumb can a company be like Panasonic? I think Nintendo should have looked into that. What the heck was this company was doing? It's really silly, man. It's one model. They made it as if it was two models. So what's the real truth? Was it really two models? No, one model. As I already told you, it was one model. That's the confusion and frustration I wanted to tell you. What was going on with these models from the box to the device? Okay, now we're gonna go into games and DVD. Which region works on what? We're gonna clear this properly now. Because I've been saying in my previous videos, do you know how my videos worked from part 1, part 2? What was going on? Why was I keep on changing my information each time I was making parts? Because when the time came from day to day, month to month, the information kept on changing. And that's how I made my different part of videos giving you different information. But today, when the system was coming to an end, Panasonic changed it again. He was keeping changing the information. As we approach to the end, do you know what we got? It was terrible, man. What the heck did we get? We got a ridiculous system, right? A high price tag. You don't want to know, man. As it was coming to an end, what changed? So 2003, that's how long it lasted, isn't it? I don't know what to say about this. It was Nintendo Gamecube games running Japanese. That's all he was doing. And then your films are NTSC Region 2. You probably don't know this. This system was locked. It was flipping locked. You couldn't do nothing to it. How are you supposed to put a disc in there, right, which you could unlock something else like other third-party companies, they make discs where when you have like NTS systems, they give you a software and then you put it in, then you could probably run PAL stuff. But you couldn't because the system was locked. You could never do that to this system. That's how terrible this system was. The Panasonic company locked it just to play on his home country. I'll be honest with you. This system's only suitable for Japanese people. And should anybody buy this thing? I think nobody should buy this thing. No, no one should buy it. It's not worth buying. Think about it. It's really expensive. We're gonna go into the last part as well. It's really expensive and it's locked. And you expect us to mod the system, which costs another 50 to £100 more. Is the company flipping crazy or something? Why do I actually say that? Now, the other thing about this is, why was the system just available in Japan? Why? Because the three main countries are Japan, US, and UK. Why didn't you release in all them three territories? This is completely dumb and really stupid. This system is made for people from Japan and nobody else. Come on, you're gonna scare somebody off. Because it's already too much, the price is. And how do you expect to sell that thing? Okay, it came to the UK in the import shops. How many of them are gonna sell in that? Yeah, if you're a rich person, you're gonna go for the modded version, innit? And you're gonna end up spending £600. That's £599.99 pence. Whoa, 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 whoa. A Nintendo Gamecube, fully modified version for 600. Is the complete feeling alright? Do you really want to buy a Nintendo game for 600? Just got a DVD player in there? I found that really, really out of league. Out of the league. This is a very serious video. Understand what this company is doing. Come on, man. A lot of these Nintendo Gamecubes, when we look at the high price, it was £129.99, and then it dropped down to 79.99 pence. The system was really cheap. If you're really a proper gamer, you would buy a Nintendo GameCube, which is the original one. What did Nintendo say to Panasonic? What kind of deal did he want? He just wanted a built-in DVD player in there. And what did Panasonic go and do? He goes and puts too many facilities in it. I think you know the system. I'll be honest originally with you. Okay, the original the original Nintendo GameCube was only playing games. Fine. For £129.99, 129.99 pence, you get that out of it. Okay? You get to play some Nintendo GameCube. Fine. Okay, there's nothing else in there. And it had a beautiful LED light on there. Did you see that? On the top. The top of the front loading tray. It was nice, the light was on there. I used to like that. Okay? And Nintendo deal was that because he saw the Sony PS2 and Microsoft Xbox. They had built-in DVD players. So what Nintendo wanted, he wanted Panasonic to put a DVD player. Yeah, he just wanted a DVD player. So I really think the Panasonic Q should only play Nintendo GameCube games, DVD movies, and audio CDs. That's all you need. You don't need nothing else. That's all you really need, to be honest. Why was Panasonic going over hyped? Too hyped. You know what? He started doing in this system. We're going to go into that a bit later on. Start doing crazy things on it, man. This part goes into this final part. Price. This system was £400.99, which is mainly for only for Japanese people. £499, £499, 99 pence. What is going on? Nintendo Gamecube games in Japanese, NTSC Region 2. That's the price, wasn't it? Really silly. Let's get something straight here. Let's go back to the game's DVD part. I would say Panasonic's crazy enough. If you really wanted to make this system, it should have been multi-region for DVDs. It should have been multi-region for DVDs. It should have played PAL and NTSC DVDs. Region 1, Region 2, whatever. It should have done all that. What? It should be a multi-region DVD player in there. And for Nintendo GameCube games to be PAL, US, and Japanese games, it should have played all of them. Come on, we're spending £499.99. What for? If he wanted to keep it just in Japan, I think it should be multi-region. Doesn't matter. It's in Japan. It should have played everything. In terms of Japanese people, just having a Japanese system might be right. But there should be another system for the Western countries. We don't want to go and buy the Japanese system. Why should we? It's not worth it. We don't want this modded crap. What he's telling us. You know what? There should have been two models to it. There should have been two models. You know, originally I was talking about the models. SLGC10S. That should be the Japanese model. Okay? Which does just Japanese. And they should have given us a second model, which is not true anyway. SLGC10. That should be for the Western countries. Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. It should be a multi-region system for the second version. Why wasn't it like that? It was end of the day. It was just one particular model, SLGC10, which you have to get modded. It's crazy, man. Really crazy. Now, there was two types of modding technology to the Panasonic Q for the SLGC10. The first one was like, it was switchless. So how does that work? When originally you put the system on, you just press the power button. It goes into Japanese. This is the modded version we're talking about. It's switchless. There's no switch. You know, there goes a switch up and down. There's no switch on this one. Okay? So there's no switch to this. You press the power switch, it goes to the Japanese version. Okay? If you hold on for a couple of seconds the power button, it goes into the US mode. Yeah, it does that. And what you're going to see there, you will see English text. If you got the original Japanese, you will see Japanese language. If you see the US version, it will go in English. It does that. You get two different languages with the mode you select. It works like that. It's an automatic switchable from Japanese to US. It does that, you know. Yeah, it does that. That's for the Nintendo Gamecube part. But what about the DVDs? How does that work? That's even more simpler. What you do there, you do your DVD, right? So what you do there, you put the system on, you place the disc, and you power it off. And when you press the switch on, it will start loading that DVD. So if it's a Japanese DVD, it'll start loading it. But really, for Japanese DVDs, you do not need to power the system off because the system is already in Japanese. So you just put it on, put the disc on the tray, load the tray, load the disc. That's it. The DVD will come on. Now, when the system is on, right, and you want to swap this to another DVD, okay, English DVD, PAL, NTS, PAL or US one, whichever. What you do there, you place the disc, close the tray, and you switch off the system. Yeah, and then you just when you switch on the system, you press the power button again, and you start loading the disc. That's it. You'll get the US or PAL version of the DVD to work. It's like that. It works like that. So that's what Japanese and US DVDs. I'm sure the PAL DVDs will work in as well. There was another option to it because first you have to get the system modded, which does them two versions. Then if you want to use the PAL DVD, you get this other disc. First you put that disc on. Once you put that software in, then you take it out. Then you put your PAL DVD in it, and then you should be able to use them films as well in it. I think it's all frustrating things, man. I don't like that whole damn idea. It's just awful. It works like that. I mean, you're spending so much amount of money. You really want to do stuff like that? It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Now let's go into the price. Now, originally, this system will cost you £499.99. Nintendo Gamecube games and DVDs are all in Japanese. If you spend that kind of money, you'll get out of it. Okay? When you're gonna do that, when you're gonna spend that money, that's what it's always gonna do. As I already mentioned in my videos previously, the price went higher because he's put too much stuff on the system. But Nintendo just wanted a built-in DVD player in there. We didn't ask for a, a steel chassis, which is very strong casing, with a steel chassis, strong, mirror base plate, LCD display, which is a blue LED light, DVD player buttons below that display, buttons to the left, buttons to the right, and then four controller ports had blue LED lights around the circles. And then at the back of the system, there was an S video. I don't think you really need that if you got composite. You don't really need the S video. You can remove the S video. He's put all this stuff. The more stuff you're gonna add to a system, the more high price it's gonna be. Let's put it this another way. Let's see if you got a desktop PC, right? And then if you keep on putting stuff in that computer, it's gonna go really high price, isn't it? Let's look at a simplified desktop PC. Okay, what we have in PCs: power supply, fans, CPU, GPUs. What kind of GPU we talking about here? Let's just talk about integrated GPUs. That system be cheap. It'd be cheap. And you could put a hard drive in there. It'd be pretty cheap. If you start putting like stuff like lights in there and start going for GTX RTX system, then the price is gonna rise, isn't it? Because you're putting really expensive components in there. What I'm trying to say here, the more or less stuff you put in a system, more cheaper the machine's gonna be. Now with the Panasonic Q, he put too much expensive stuff in there. Now the casing looks expensive anyway when we look at it, which is quite silly, I would say. That's what the price really high. Right. I think if you want to keep the price really low, it should have been just a Nintendo Gamecube in there. DVD playback and audio CDs in it, and nothing else. And you can keep the back part for DTS, so you can connect it to receivers. That's all you need to put it in there. You don't need to put nothing else. If you do all that, you got a great games console and a DVD player system, and it would have been really cheap. Well, no, Panasonic goes and does really other crazy things and makes the system really expensive. What's the point of the attractiveness, right? If the price is going to rise really high and it's only going to be in Japanese. What's the point for the Western countries to buy something like that? There's no point in them having it. I think it's whatever is done with this system, it was completely all wrong. It's absolutely all wrong. Nothing looks right on it. You know what? No one's going to go and buy this thing. No one's going to buy it. Why would they buy it? They already got a cheap Nintendo Gamecube games console. That wasn't even expensive. It's a very cheap system. Why would people spend so much amount of money on this Panasonic Q? It doesn't make any sense. All the system just needed a built-in DVD player. Okay? Oh, you could have added a remote control as well. Well, he did. That's all you needed. Eh? That's it. Could have made a simplified DVD remote control on it. Everything on this system looks completely wrong. And that's why it was really expensive. As I told, the price was $4.99 pence. And when you mod the system, it goes to 599 pence. 599 pound 99 pence. Who wants to spend that? It's too much money. A system which is already cheap, Nintendo Gamecube. So Nintendo Gamecube owners is going to pay that. Why do you think? Do you think they're stupid or something? They're going to spend something like that on there? Don't think they're silly because they're never going to spend it. They're going to get scared of it. I'm not even joking. You know, most of these Nintendo Gamecube fans, they could just about afford that Gamecube console. Why is Panasonic thinking of that? They're going to go out there and buy that thing. It's really expensive. I'm telling you, it's very expensive. It's too expensive. Panasonic should be ashamed of himself. What he made. He did that with Panasonic 3DO. He goes and joined that 3DO company, the American 3DO company, who didn't have any clue what they were doing in that time, that Sega Mega Drive Super Nintendo era. They were silly. The 3DO company was silly, and then Panasonic joins them again. And it fails. Panasonic failed with 3DO. Panasonic failed with Q. And what? And now what? Now tell me. What is this company playing about? Couldn't they even get the Panasonic Q right? I can't believe this. Come on, you gotta give a cheap system to people. You're not gonna give them a really expensive thing that looks really nice. Who cares about the looks? We don't need looks, man. Because no one's gonna out there and buy it. It's too expensive for GameCube fans. They just want a simpler built-in DVD player for them. So it's a great shame. Panasonic is a very crazy company. You know what? They did this craziness twice. Now, if you look at the original, if you look at the Panasonic 3DO, how much was that? The damn system was between $700 to $800 or something. Oh my gosh. What, you think the people are crazy or something? Panasonic 3DO, what? A 32-bit games console. Between 600 to 800. Oh man. You know when it came to the UK? I used to see in the magazines. It was £399.99. Then it started to go to £299.99. What is this company playing about? Seriously. Then you got this daft Panasonic Q, just in Japanese, which I would say there should be a Western version to the system at a cheaper price. Oh, man, what? £499.99. Who's gonna buy that? Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. This is what this company is doing. I'm afraid. So about that. So in my next video, we'll be talking about how this system was modded. Yeah, how is it modded? We're going to be talking about that as well. There was another mod to this system where at the back of the system you have to drill a hole. If you've seen some of the systems that eBay was selling, there's a switch. There's a switch at the back, you know. What was the switch for? It was like an up and down thing for Japanese and US versions on Nintendo Gamecube games. That's what the switch was for. So there was one with no switch and there's one with a switch on there. There was two mods like that, you know, for the Panasonic Q. I think everything about the Panasonic Q is ridiculous. Now if you look at the Panasonic Q, some Japanese retailers and some other people, maybe in the UK, you know what they're selling the system for? Over £1,000. Do you really think we're gonna buy a system? And you know what? For 1,000, what you get is the original Japanese system. It's not the modern one. It's the Japanese one. So you're gonna waste £1,000 on this daft system. It's not gonna do nothing else. It won't play any of your PAL games or DVDs. It's a waste of money. It's completely a waste of money. So anyway, I hope you guys understand that. I'm saying that it's not a good purchase. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a very bad purchase. So watch out. If you go on eBay website and if you want to buy one of these things, every person who's selling this Panasonic Q is the original Japanese version. And you really don't want to buy that. And who's gonna mod that system for you? It's £1,000, you know, over £1,000, and it's not been modded. If you spend the £1,000, there's no one out there to mod that system. I'll tell you, I wouldn't buy that thing. No, for 1,000, no way. It's just there's no point buying it. So as I said in my next video, we will see what was inside the system, right, for programming. We're going to look into that. Maybe my next video, we're gonna go into the front and back part of the Panasonic Q. We're gonna look at this carefully. Because we need to understand, how do we know which one's not modded and which ones are modded? We need to look into this very carefully. So I am gonna be talking about in my next video, and in the third video we're gonna be talking about how's it modded from inside the hardware. That will be the third part. So my second part video will be, how can you tell from the original Panasonic Q to the modded Panasonic Q. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed my video today, and it's giving you good knowledge, right, of the Panasonic Q. Should you still buy it or not is entirely up to you. Think about it, the price you're paying. You're paying for a system which is only going to display Japanese stuff. You're not going to be able to mod the system anymore. Trust me, I have never seen anybody selling the modded system anymore. So there you have it. Give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.